Part of planning for profit is all about what we do with our time. It determines whether or not we will reach our goals. It's one thing to make a plan, it's another to execute and implement the plan. That's where behavior management comes into play. Time management isn't really the management of time, because who can do that? The clock keeps ticking regardless of what you do or don't do. A better way of thinking about so-called time management is to say behavior management, which is the management of one's habits and behaviors within a time frame. In the end, this is about how we manage ourselves. It's about mastering our behaviors that, when applied consistently, alter the way you look at your work and approach the tasks, projects, and categories that make up the to-do lists you've been juggling. So in conclusion, you're not managing time. You're managing your consistent behaviors. You're managing you. Time is the great leveler. Whether you are experienced or not, young or old, regardless of where you live, we are all gifted with the same 24 hours per day. What separates those who have built exceptional businesses as well as exceptional lives with those who have not is what they do in these 24 hours. The most productive people in the world have cultivated the habit of doing the things less productive people don't like doing, even though they might not like doing them. You have two choices daily: to take control of your time or let everyone else control your time. Proactive versus reactive. You are free to choose what you do with your time. You are the CEO of your life. Viewing time management as behavior management brings a level of responsibility and ownership to the behaviors and actions you choose. Make wise choices, and then when it's time for you to shut down for the day, you can enjoy that great feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment. The more you grow and discipline yourself to stick to your plans, the better the quality of life you will have. Our emotions are fickle. If we wait till we feel like doing something, we'll never do it, or it will take forever. We need to push past the feelings and just do what we need to do. That's discipline. So now, let's talk about structuring ourselves a bit to get things done. Learn how to lock down time blocks. As you can see here, there are two main or basic time allotments. The first main block is for personal, and the second block is for your business time allotment. Blocked out time should scream at you when you look at your day planner, online planner, or task management solution. Let's describe the following time blocks. Personal time involves things like your prayer and meditation, journaling, exercise, sports, dates, doctor's appointments, reading, hanging out, studying, creating your list. It also includes time with your children and family, with a significant other, family days, trips, etc. Business time involves things like prospecting and lead follow-up, meetings, offer negotiations, showing appointments, listings, and buyer appointments, and so on. Another thing to consider before we can create a workable schedule is that you be mindful of two more things. One is knowing how many hours you need to put aside for servicing your listings and buyers. And two, knowing how many hours per week you need to put aside for prospecting. These two metrics were worked out when you created your goals in Planning for Profit, Segment 3. Having these two metrics in your head gives you the guidelines you need to plan your week. Now you are ready to think about how to schedule a successful week. We like using different colors to distinguish between the different time blocks. You start off by blocking off your personal time. This is extremely important. The only way to honor your personal and family commitments is by blocking those times off each week. Secondly, time block for your working on the business activities. Just like personal time, if you don't block these off first, you will never get around to doing these activities, such as working on your business systems, paying your bills, or servicing your clients. Once you've completed scheduling in these time blocks, you now know when you can book appointments for your clients in whatever capacity, like listing appointments, buyer appointments, or doing offers. If you don't do it this way, you will find yourself working a 24/7 schedule. You'll have clients who want you to show them houses on, say, a Sunday morning when you want to be with your family, or booking listing appointments during dinner hour, and so on. You will find your time gets filled up pretty quickly because you have an empty calendar. You must take control of your schedule before your clients do, and this is how. When a client calls or inquiries come in, take charge and guide the client into the time slots you have available. It's all about who's controlling who. Start making a habit of creating your success week every Sunday. Be proactive. And here's an example of what a success week could look like. Here are some tips that will help you create an amazing and successful week. 1. Schedule the most important tasks first. 2. Complete one activity before you start a new one. It's a waste of time and energy to flip-flop back and forth between activities. 3. Schedule similar tasks and appointments consecutively. 4. Have a minimum of 1 full day off per week to relax and rejuvenate. 5. Say no to non-urgent requests that are not in alignment with your goals and your plan. 6. Don't be a slave to your phone, email, or texts. Set up auto and vacation responses. Having a great week is just the compound effect of having great days. Never leave the house without knowing the 6 most important things you need to do and accomplish for the day. Never live a day without purpose. Know how many people you wish to contact per day, what you will eat, when you will exercise, etc. It all adds up to a life and business that equals success. Set priorities on your tasks and do the most important ones first. Stay focused, review your list through the day, and cross off each item when completed. Realize that interruptions will happen, so schedule time to answer phone calls and respond to email messages and texts. But don't let those tasks steal your time, or your best time. Develop strategies for minimizing interruptions and distractions, and stick to your key tasks and your work will get done. Setting deadlines are very crucial to action. If you have no deadlines, there will be no sense of urgency and therefore no action. It's that simple. There are so many ways of doing this. Pick a method and use it. End each day with that sense of satisfaction that you completed what you set out to do. As mentioned earlier, time blocking is important, but real estate does not always work exactly as planned. Understand what constitutes a legitimate interruption versus a non-legitimate one. If something needs to be accomplished immediately, you will have to be flexible. What if somebody wants to write an offer? Well, stop what you're doing, cancel what you need to cancel, and then go write the offer. If you get a call that a window has been broken at one of your vacant listings, you'll need to drop everything for that too. Gauge what is urgent and what can wait as you deal with the unexpected. Outside of that, our suggestion is to respond to phone calls and emails every 2 hours and to set up email and text autoresponders to manage your callers' expectations. At the end of the day, you know which text needs to be responded to right away and which ones can wait. Are you prone to procrastination? We are all susceptible to it by varying degrees. Procrastination steals our days, produces a lack of productivity, and makes us feel bad at the end of the day. Take a look at some of the questions that are posed here on this slide. Make an effort to be aware of when you are most prone to put off doing certain tasks and work on finding solutions to modify this behavior. Don't allow yourself to make excuses for an unproductive day and for not doing or completing what you have set out for yourself. Regardless of the excuses, or even how justified they may seem, successful people know that it will not change the outcome. When things go wrong, the successful person sees it as an opportunity, not an insurmountable hurdle. Unsuccessful people spend a lot of energy and time making excuses, like blaming the economy, the client, the prices, the competition, and so on. Even if the excuses are all true and valid, it won't improve the outcome, and successful people know this. No matter how justified you feel, never make an excuse for any outcome. Get yourself back in the saddle, recommit to your goals, and start the new day fresh. Don't listen to negative self-talk. Believe in yourself and don't waste another day not sticking to the plan. At the end of the day, behavior management is all about breaking bad habits and replacing them with good ones. Get in the habit of following your schedule and doing your daily prospecting and lead follow-up. Do the things you like least first and get it over with at the beginning of the day. Then your mind will be free for the rest of the day. Keep your commitments to yourself and to your family, and then watch how your life transforms from mediocre to extraordinary.